Let's begin our analysis with a motivation of doing this practice in order to get more understanding of how our actions have consequences, and we can purify the actions that are destructive, that harm others. So we're going to engage in this meditation of the four opponent powers for purification, using the power of analysis and visualization and reflection, contemplation of our minds. But we're also trying to keep a little percentage of our attention on our breath, the sensations of the breath in our body, so that we can give continuity to being present. And by doing our analytical meditation, we don't get distracted or lost in that reflection. And we can come to a meaningful, transformative conclusion. So with this motivation, let's begin by understanding how can we apply these four opponent powers and how they purify karmic imprints, these imprints that are created by our destructive negative actions, and how can doing this process of applying these powers relieves the psychological heaviness of guilt. And so let's begin by just without guilt feeling and remembering negative actions, things we regret, that we honestly admit that our motivations were self-centered, selfish, that we didn't care about others, or we said or did things that by doing them, we made other people feel bad or suffer in any way. So it doesn't have to be a very heavy action. You can think of actions that are small but that you regret, or you can also bring to mind some actions that you did out of ignorance and delusion, and that's okay too. The important thing is to feel that regret of not wanting to do that again, but not to feel guilty, not to feel that you're a bad person for that. So begin by honestly admitting these actions, remembering them, knowing, acknowledging what you did. There can be actions of body, speech, and mind. Maybe it was just a negative thought or a negative word or gossip, something you did through your speech or mind. So anything can count. If you trust in that inner wisdom and compassion or your primordial consciousness, anything that you regard as spiritual or any beliefs you have, you can connect with that spiritual part of you. And if you don't feel like anything like that, it's okay. Just with complete acceptance and compassion towards yourself and towards the people involved, you understand how you acted, why you acted in that way, but that they were not okay, that they were unethical. So first is just to acknowledge, to accept, and feel compassion for yourself. Now you can choose one of these actions you remembered, or several of them, whatever you want, and think of how can you repair that action. How can you repair a relationship that you have harmed, or return things you took without asking? How can you generate a positive attitude towards the people you did this action to, and generate a genuine intention to correct the harm, the damage that you inflicted upon others? And here We can include all kinds of sentient beings. We can include animals, insects, people. The point is to transform that attitude you had into this aspiration, this intention to benefit them in the future. Think of ways in which you could do this. So maybe apologize to those you have harmed. Visualize yourself asking for this apology, or if you can do something to repair. If you said a lie, maybe you can say the truth or return something you stole, or any action that can repair in some way. And if you can't think of something that you can do for that specific person, maybe you are not in contact with them anymore, or they passed away, just feel that you wish them well, that you wish they experience well-being, happiness. Have good wishes towards them. Take a moment to generate these intentions and motivations to benefit them. And don't worry if you feel, by remembering this, you feel some kind of guilt or uncomfortable sensation or emotion, then just acknowledge it, notice that it's there, but continue thinking, how can I repair this action? Or how can I do something to other sentient beings to repair this action I did? Maybe if the person is not near, maybe I can do good for their relatives or for other people and dedicate it to this person for their well-being. So just think of how could you do something to repair it. And now make a determination not to do the action again in the future. And for those actions that you cannot honestly say you will never do them again, make a determination to abandon them for a specific amount of time that is reasonable for you. And the fourth power of purification is to engage in remedial behavior. So think in this behavior you want to do actually after you come out of meditation in the near future. And this could be community service, doing a spiritual practice, doing some kind of offerings, doing meditation in which you visualize light and nectar flowing into you, reciting mantras, giving to people that are in need, doing donations, offering time, service, offering your talents, protecting lives of animals, insects, people, helping children and all people or ill people that need protection and help. Be creative in how can you do this remedial behavior. Think of the ways you can engage in it. Visualize yourself doing these actions of remedial behavior. Now just do a little bit of one of these remedial powers. Visualize above your head a sphere of light floating in the space above your body, a sphere of white light. And imagine in that sphere the minds of all the enlightened beings, all the great masters, of the past that have purified their actions, become fully processed beings which are compassionate and kind, patient, who have developed all their potentials. Imagine that their minds, their hearts dissolve into that sphere of light, and that sphere of light symbolizes, represents your inner wisdom, your inner potential to become a fully liberated, wise, compassionate being. And that your mind is indivisible from the minds of all these wisdom beings. Or you can think of other beings that you feel connection with and think that their wisdom, their blessings come into that sphere. And now imagine that from that sphere of light, white light pours into your body, entering through your crown chakra, coming down into your body and filling your body from your feet up towards your head slowly, as if you were filling a glass with milk. Imagine you're filled with a nectar of white light. And as this nectar starts filling your body, all these negative actions you remember come out of your body in the form of smoke, dark smoke that comes out through the pores of your body and dissolves into space. As you do this, imagine that you are purifying all these actions you regret. You're burning all those negative seeds. And you're reinforcing your determination not to do them again in the future. If you wish, you can also recite the mantra Om Vajrasattva Hum, Om Vajrasattva Hum, Om Vajrasattva Hum. This is part of the Tantric practices of purification. It's optional in this meditation, but just wanted to introduce the mantra here. And now, feel that you have purified all negative karmic imprints and released all guilt. Feel psychologically and spiritually cleansed so that you can go on with your life with a fresh and positive attitude. And just dissolve the visualization and rest for a moment in present awareness, conscious, aware. Slowly start feeling your body again, connecting with the feelings in your body. Start moving a little bit. And let's dedicate this practice so that we can continue gaining understanding and wisdom about how our actions determine if we suffer or we are happy, and that we can be more conscious of each one of our actions, helping others, avoiding harming others, and cultivating the causes of our own liberation of suffering, the achievement of enlightenment, be fully awaked and wise, compassionate beings. And that we can go in that direction for the benefit not only of ourselves, but for the benefit of all sentient beings that we encounter in our path, in our way. And then slowly open your eyes and stretch a little bit. Move, yawn if you need, and come back. Thanks for watching. I recommend listening to the discussion about this meditation on our podcast Peace and Mind, where we not only talk about the main points of this meditation, but we also have a little session of questions and answers from our weekly meditation group. Thank you and see you soon.